Welcome back to Lower Keys Living, everybody. Got a little bit of a treat today. Going to share with you our favorite sandbar to go to. This is a low tide sandbar. It's underwater, a foot or two underwater at high tide. It's usually only dry like this for an hour on either side of low tide. So I time our trips out here. Brought the flats boat out today. Brought the dogs out. Wanted to give them a good run. And also, you'll see here in a second, got a new drone. I wasn't happy with the quality of the video I was getting from the DJI drone that I had and the Roku drone. So had some recommendations on some better quality video footage. So brought that out to test today. Was really short with it because there were so many rain squalls around. Didn't want to get it wet right out of the box. It's supposed to be waterproof flying, but wasn't gonna chance that today. So here in the flats boat, we are heading out. It's just me and the dogs today. And just heading on out, you can see the rain squall off to the right. There were dozens of them around, kind of skirting them all day today on the way in and out. So it's Sugarloaf Key on the left, heading out the bow channel, Cudjoe on the right. And here you're going to see that Bubba Stake on the left that I'm just passing. And then there's going to be another one up here at 100 yards or so. I'm showing you this. This is on my way back in, but I got good shots of these Bubba Stakes. If you're going to use this route coming in and out, be aware of these and hug these Bubba Stakes. And you'll see on the maps that I put up here in a minute where these are. And it is a really narrow slot cut through a super shallow sandbar. So really important to be aware of these. Keep your eyes peeled out for these as you're heading in and out so you're on the right side. So as I'm heading back in, these are on the left. When I'm heading north, keep those on the right. If you don't know, find them and take a look and see. So here, just going to give the new drone just a quick test spin around, see how it handles and flies. It was kind of a breezy day today, had about 13 knots of wind, lots of rain around. So I didn't keep it up for very long, but just testing it out, getting a feel for it, and mainly out letting the dogs run and play today. But so far I've done some short videos around the house, out over Blimp Road, just really testing out, see how it handles. And so far I'm super happy with the video quality, much better than the other drones that I've had. So hoping to get these going. And this one's supposed to have a really great follow along feature. So I'm hoping to have this up following when I'm out trolling for mahi, tuna, and wahoo. So I get some good extended action. It's got a 50-minute plus battery life flying and recording, which is really good on a single battery. So hopefully that's why the change, and that's why you're getting this footage. I'm always mesmerized by all the patterns in the sand that the water currents cut through. But hoping to bring you a lot more of this here in the coming weeks. Again, like I said, I came out here with the dogs, really want to let them run and play, give them a chance. And I'm going to jump in and now show you how to get out here if you've never been out here before. So hope this helps, gives you a chance to enjoy what we live here for. All right, let's show you how to get out here to the backcountry side of Marvin Keys. If you're coming out from the boat channel down here in the bottom right-hand corner, this is the boat channel bridge right down in here. So you got the KOA campground, Cudjoe Gardens, you're out on Cudjoe Bay. Super easy access. Just remember the boat channel bridge is really low. You're not going to get through if you've got a fixed hard top on there. If you've got a fold down bimini top or you don't have a top on your boat, no problem getting through here. But just follow the channel straight on up and should have no problem. When you get up in here to the sandbar, super shallow water. There is a narrow cut. By narrow cut, I mean no more than 10 yards, if that. So you want to keep these Bubba Stakes right on your right-hand side as you're going north, right on your left. I'm no more than 4 or 5 feet off of those as I'm coming through with my flats boat. And then you're going to, once you pass those, head straight north. Now this Bubba marker does not sit right at the very end of the sandbar. And this sandbar has grown and connects all the way through. So stay wide, stay to the east of it as you're heading north, and then give it a wide berth, a good 50, 75 yards off of it as you're looping around. And then you're going to drop back down, and then you're in the good water. And then it's a straight shot all the way over here to Marvin Key and where we're going today. Also, if you're coming in from Big Pine Key, Ramrod Key, the Little Torch Keys, and want to come in from the ocean, there's a nice entrance into the boat channel from the ocean. You can drop it here to get to these backcountry keys and then right in this way. So accessible from both the Atlantic side and the Gulf side, because it's a little tough to get into here from the ocean side through the Marvin Key slot. This is a little closer look at where we're at down here. So this is where that cut is with those Bubba stakes right in through here. Again, these two Bubba stakes from both sides of this sandbar. You're going to be coming north out of here, and then that other Bubba stake is here near the end of the sandbar, but it's not at the end of it. You don't want to cut this one close. So remember, these Bubba stakes stay close to, this one stay away from. Give yourself a good 50 yards out and around that. So as you're coming up, loop all the way around, and then you're going to drop back down into here. And then once you're down here, you see the water starts deepening up, and then you're in pretty good shape straight over to the keys from here. So here's a satellite view of this. And again, you can see how narrow this cut is right in here and why you've got to hub these Bubba stakes. And this is so shallow. If you're on the wrong side of these stakes, you are on the ground. And if you're more than 20 yards off of this or even less, you're going to be on the ground in here. So pay attention, hug those Bubba stakes. I'll actually, if there's a boat on the way out as I'm coming in, I'll actually just loop around in here, wait for them to clear that, because I like hugging these stakes in here. So advise you to do the same thing. And then again, if you're coming in from the ocean, easy access into here from the ocean to come on in. So this is that other Bubba stake. This sandbar is way shallower than it looks in here and is really spread out and comes around and really widens out all the way through. There's no cutting across this sandbar pretty much at any tide. So you're going to want to come up, give yourself a good 50 yards off of this all the way around, maybe even 75 yards, and they can drop back down. And then once you get below this little area here, you can continue on, and then it's pretty much a straight shot over to the backcountry keys, the backside of Marvin Key. So really good, easy access. This is the trickiest part of the whole ride out there, whether you're coming in from the ocean or from Cudjoe Bay, Sugarloaf, or Cudjoe Gardens. Again, super easy to get in here, but just watch these stakes, pay attention, and you should be good. So this is the route. You're going to be coming straight across here from those Bubba stakes. And like I said, you've got good water all the way across in here. If you watched our video on first time boating in the Keys, I pointed out on that one, this gets hit so many times. There is no marker here. That green marker doesn't exist, although on charts it shows on Garmin, it shows on Simrads that the marker's there, along with all of these markers. These markers do not exist, so don't look for them because they are not there. In this whole area, super shallow. It is not above water, but sits just below the surface. So if you're going fast, you are going to bottom out. And then on most charts, a lot of satellite things, you'll see the main sandbar used to be over here pre-Hurricane Ian. And then some satellite photos from before that will show it out in this area. But it's really shifted over to, I put this big red patch on here. It's a big horseshoe-shaped sandbar. And you can actually access the backside through deep water to pull right back up in onto it from both sides and get boats in here. And most people will beach their boats from that side because, again, there's a lot of seagrass in here and you don't want to tear up the seagrass. I will come in with the flats boat, follow this channel, and then I can actually hug right up in here on the sand, getting pretty close, and just use the power pole to stake the boat down, which I did in the video that you saw today. This area here on Marvin Key, this is the most popular sandbar, runs out through here. Got a good deep channel to access from out here. So that's the place where the partiers go, the bigger crowds go, because this one, the sandbar is up out of the water even at high tide. This one is underwater, except that, maybe an hour on either side of low tide. So we plan our trips out here based on the tides. But this is the popular sandbar. And if you're coming in from the ocean, actually pull up here. It's pretty sandy in here. You can anchor because there's a good sandbar out this way as well. So that's a good look at how to get in here. And I'll give you some more tips later. But if you can, definitely make it out to this area. It's the most beautiful spot for sandbars here in the lower Florida Keys. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. And thanks for joining us. All right, I am headed back in. This is the Bow Channel Bridge. Just heading underneath it. It gets really shallow on the north side of this bridge, on the west side. So I always come up alongside it on the east end of the bridge and then cut across the deeper water in here. Even with the flats boat, don't take a chance on grounding out. And notice I always slow down, take my time going under any bridge. But especially this one, there's two bridges here. One is the highway bridge, and then there's a second bridge that's for pedestrians and for fishing. This is a really popular spot for yellowtail and mangrove snapper fishing. So I slow down. I do not want to run into somebody's fishing line, don't want to ruin their rig, and I don't want to get hooked. So I usually make sure, actually I always make sure there's nobody fishing from these bridges on the spot where I'm going through. Also slow down because these are super popular places to lobsters. Lots of lobsters underneath both bridges on these bridge pilings. Off on the right, you'll see that is the KOA campground, beautiful campground, and they now have two hotel motel buildings opened on site. So even if you're not camping, look for those. They've got a great boat ramp and great access to the Gulf and the Atlantic from there. Thanks for watching this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you out on the Keys.